Coaches evaluate how a team plays after a game, and you mentioned you looked at what you did well and didn't do well. When you looked at the tape, what were some of the things you saw and said, either maybe, man, that's not me, or I missed that. If I could have done this, the play would have worked.
Yeah, there was a bunch of that, and for me, it was knowing footwork and timing. Everything was timing based, and there were a bunch of reads where I could have worked through and made the throw, and the receiver was open where I should have been throwing it, and then a couple where I was just hanging on my first read a little bit too long, and that just ended up throwing my feet off. So for me, I want to play, and I know this week would be a great week to really just focus on timing and footwork, and kind of just go back to the basics of playing football. Like, you prep all week, and knew we had a great game plan going in, and my feet just – there are a couple of plays my feet didn't match up, and that's an easy fix, and that's something you can work on every day. So I'm confident that this week will be a lot better in that sense.
Yeah, Isaiah, I think before the season started, you guys on defense had very high expectations for how the unit should play this year. I know it's just 3 games, but how would you describe the way the unit overall has handled its business and what you guys thought you could be?
I think so far we've shown what we can do, what we've seen in practice, and kind of what we expected leading up to this season. It's a real physical defense. We're going to play sound ball. The main thing is each guy's going to do their 1/11th to the best of their ability. And, we've really been able to do that so far. But, there's always still room to work. There's a lot of things we can still get better at. And, as a unit, we're excited to see how far and see how good we can get.
When you get together as a group, the guys, and Coach Leonard talks to you, what areas do you look at and say, hey, we can raise our performance level even higher there to have a greater effect and help our team win games?
It really just depends on the week. There's a lot of things that come up week by week that, that we might lack or that we're, doing good at that week. So depending on who we're playing and depending on what kind of scheme they have, what kind of stuff they're going to throw at us that we're expecting, it's kind of different each week. So, we're still kind of diving into what we have to be good at specifically this week. But, pretty much all across the board, we try to work on anything that we can each day to get better.
Garrett, along those lines of trying to get in shape and stay in shape, how difficult was that to be prepared with limited practice time? And did you feel that it affected you at any point on the field with what you were asked to do?
No, not necessarily the limited practice time. Just all of a sudden, getting into football shape, feeling really good about my conditioning level, and then having 3 weeks, 2 weeks where you're told to do absolutely nothing. And then just trying to get it all back, within that 7-day period. But, I didn't feel like my conditioning, my cardio was where I wanted it to be, where my legs, where I wanted them to be. But that's my fault for not, staying on top of that thing and doing everything that I can to get ready, doing more than I did, obviously, just to get ready to play.